Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In this one, I actually wanted to discuss how to build a coaching program that actually gets clients measurable, consistent results. It's an interesting industry that I'm in, coaching, where there's a lot of issues around like expectation setting, and people are just, they really feel like they're just buying somebody's time, and they might get something good, they might not. And even within our own company, we've experienced issues with people not really having clarity on how to move forward. And I just wanted to share how we've attacked this and how we've gotten extremely good and how we plan to even get better at getting results for our clients inside of our high-level systems program. So for those of you who don't know what we do, we help coaches, consultants, agency owners, people with some form of consulting offer, build their offer, or even people who are just getting started, build that offer and take it to market as quickly as possible and as profitably as possible using organic and paid traffic to get sales calls, getting them good at sales, and moving them forward from there. So some of our top clients are people like Doug and Haley Johnson. They went from, sub $15,000 a month to over $100,000 a month in less than 30 days with us. We've got Aaron Spikes, who's actually now one of our head client success managers inside of High Level Systems, who started at zero, nearly zero, and now does about $40,000 to $60,000 a month. And he's projecting that July will be his first $100,000 month, which is incredible. So we do a really good job helping people build an offer and sell it. Okay, so that's really what we do. So I want to talk about a tier system. So this is something that not a lot of coaches think about. So especially when you have a hands-on program like what we've got, most people, and to be honest, to be completely transparent, this is where we stayed for a long time because I wasn't even aware that there were better ways of doing it. I was like, okay, so we just got to give people touch points and make sure they get one-on-one calls every now and again, and also be there to support and help them every step of the way and just really care and give them good insights, right? And there's only so much that good intentions can do, right? So there's that quote that the pathway to hell is paved with good intentions, right? So you can't good intentions your way into a program that gets consistent results. And I learned this the hard way, right? About a year ago, I scaled really quick. I was working with a lot of one-on-one clients, and it just it totally destroyed itself because I just wasn't systematically approaching the process. So I wanted to share with you one of the secrets that we are implementing and that I am implementing with my team instead of High Level Systems that you can implement into your business right now that will guaranteed, if you implement this idea, make you hundreds of thousands of dollars in extra cash via the means of referrals, having more case studies for clients, giving your clients a better result in your program, and giving them a greater experience at the end of the day by tracking your clients in 3 sections. And I learned this from one of my mentors today on a call. Shout out, you definitely know who you are. There's 3 sections that a client falls in. There's either green, orange, or red. Green meaning they're taking action on what you're sharing with them and it's working, and they're hyped up, they're having a great time. People that would be in green for us are people like Haley and Doug. It's people like Greg, who's selling, a $3,000 package almost every single day. It's people like Aaron, who's now a coach. It's people like Harry, who will be interviewing on YouTube here soon. They're literally it seems like every single day they're closing another sale worth thousands of dollars, and they've never done it before. So those are people in the green. They're booking calls, they're making sales, they're building their team, they're building what will soon be a 7-figure business through working with us, okay? Then you've got orange, which is they're putting in the work, but they're just not seeing the results, and they know that there's things that they could tweak, and they're still getting help, and they're still active, and they're still working with us to get that help, but they're just a little bit stuck, and it's a little uncertain why. And then there's red. And on some level, you have to admit that the red category is on the fault of the client, because red is people that A, aren't doing the work, B, are complaining about you behind your back or sharing poor experiences with you online. And you could even find, you can find people in our red zone online. There are people that say that what we do is horrible, we're scammers or whatever, and that's just the reality of being in business, okay? And they are literally, it's been such a bad experience for some reason that's where they're at. And we don't have a lot of people there, but you will naturally create them as a side effect of working with enough people. There will be people that will come in and have that negative experience, that red experience. And so once you can categorize your people into green, orange, and red, on your team meetings or with yourself, if you don't have a team yet, you should be looking at your clients and you can create just a little keynote or something where you just have a picture of them in the red or orange or green, and you just move it over, based on where they're at. You or your client success manager or whoever's in charge of your clients should be checking in with clients, hearing how their experience is going. And if they're in the red, figure it out quick. If they're in orange, get them back into green, get them succeeding. Often these orange people, they just need a check-in call, they need a clear thing solved for them, and this is why we have tons of one-to-one support in high level, is because we're asking you to do some pretty complex things if you've never done them before. Things like getting sales calls and taking sales. Like if you're a beginner or you are already succeeding, that can either way be a complex thing for you. And a lot of people, they have a fear of selling, or they have some self-image issues, or they don't really believe in their offer or something, and it's holding them back from making that process work, right? So a little bit of one-to-one and just a little bit of help on the internal, or often just giving them a better strategy can move them from orange right back to green, okay? So once you have these three categories, you can basically sense the health of your community. And this allows you to know where they're at, if they're succeeding or not, and it's gonna help you get more results for your clients. This one tip is something we've begun implementing into our business that has completely fundamentally changed our ability to get results for clients. Because a lot of people have this idea that if they do done-for-you work, that they're more likely to get clients results. And that might be true for some niches or for some people, but the reality is, the reason done-for-you works more is because you tend to have more control and more effect over the client's business or the client's life or whatever it might be. For those of you who do like advertising services or whatever it may be, right? But if you have a coaching program, your ability to get results comes down to two things. Your genuine level of expertise in being able to diagnose the problem that a client has and provide them a good solution, surrounded by the strategies that you teach and the things you tell clients to do, and your ability to measure the client's experience through solid diagnostics, like the orange, red, green idea I just gave you. So it really comes down to A, have expertise, make sure that you're teaching things and sharing ideas that actually work. And often this comes from either having done it yourself or having an expert on board that has done it themselves. And lastly, track your client experience. Like one thing we're doing right now is we're about to look at all of the clients we've ever worked with and average out the amount of money that they've added to their businesses every single month since working with us. So if we create the average, right now it's looking like the average client makes at least $5,000 their first month. So it's like we have that number. Can we guarantee it to people? Obviously not, but that's the average. Then the month after that, it's a little bit above. The month after that, it starts to compound and get better, and it tends to plateau at about 30 to 40,000. So even the average client over the span of about a year, these are clients that are doing what we tell them to do, mind you, tend to add that much revenue. And we know this by looking at client experience. Once you have enough clients inside of your system, it is your duty as the leader to keep track of these metrics. So just wanted to share something that I'm learning with you guys. I feel like this is really valuable for a lot of people to hear because they're kind of intimidated by running a large scale consulting coaching program or, bringing on hundreds of clients into their system. At the end of the day, if you can narrow everything down to a math problem, then it's just an equation that you have to solve in order to solve the problem, right? Nothing should be emotional. Everything should be mathematic and solvable based on just a simple algorithm that you create and implement into your business or a spreadsheet you build. This is the beautiful thing about business is once you can measure the problem, then you can solve it. Once you can measure the steps that you need to take in order to get to where you want to get, then you can solve it. But you have to start by measuring everything. So hopefully this has been a valuable video for you guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed. And it's crazy to me that it's taken me making $1 million before I've begun seriously doing this. And we've gotten the sorts of results we've gotten for clients before seriously doing this as well. And it's funny, some people would say like, I'm tarnishing my reputation by even admitting, but honestly, I didn't even know. Like we were getting such good results for clients before I was even tracking any of this, which makes me excited for the fact that now we're gonna start tracking all of these things and implementing this at a grand scale. And it's gonna make me a lot more comfortable and a lot more excited to scale our company to, multiple millions of dollars a year, because now we have this really trackable way of seeing where our clients are stuck, why they're stuck, how to solve those problems for them, and creating an all across the board valuable client experience. One of the people that I look up to in business, he actually hired one of the product development or client experience developers over at Salesforce, which is like this multiple $100 million yearly company, to help them design their coaching program. And I was like, man, that is so cool. And this is where I'm learning these things from. Lastly, but not least, I want to drop the link to a book that I'm reading on this topic. I've got nothing to sell you. I just want you to get value from this video here. And the title of the book, if I just want to confirm it real quick. Oh man, it's not on my screen anymore, so I can't even remember the title. But it's basically a book on product and service design to optimize for the outcome that you are promising on the front end for your clients, right? So how to basically build a client experience and a service that takes a client from point A to point B in a very clear and systematic fashion. So I'd encourage you all to read it, give it a read, and I'm actually going through it with some of our high-level systems clients to help them build their programs and make sure that they're consulting, they're coaching in whatever niche it is. We've got people literally who help people become vegan. We've got one girl who helps people stop binge eating. We've got somebody who sells a program on having a faster pitch in baseball, and he's actually had like a $10,000 week, so he's doing really great. So, hopefully you know that the most valuable thing in your business is getting clients results, and if you can do that consistently, everything else will work. At the end of the day, after that, it's just about having great marketing, believing in your message, and encouraging people to take action on their dreams, because now you really do represent the key to unlocking the door where on the other side they have the lifestyle they want, the dreams that they want, or whatever problem they're facing, it's solved on the other side of that door. So appreciate you guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one. If you're listening on Spotify, watching on YouTube, doesn't matter so much to me. Love you all. Have a great day, and message me on Instagram if you have any questions. Book your call down below. If you are listening to this video or listening on Spotify or watching it, you really do have two options. You can either A, continue on your own and figure this stuff out yourself. And we honestly do have clients get results purely from watching YouTube. Like people that have never paid us, that just watch on YouTube and just go all in, like that does happen. But I've noticed after getting so many of these messages, people are saying that they're succeeding, it takes them like a year, 2, sometimes 3 years. We'll have people watch for a long, long time. Whereas again, like I said, the average client starts to succeed pretty quickly with us. So the other option is just to book a call and let us walk you through our process and trust us as we guide you through the process of getting more calls, making more sales, increasing the price tag on your program. Whether you already have one or you're just getting started, we can help you at any level get this momentum underway. So thank you so much for watching. Take action, and I will speak to you on our next video.